Welcome back to Lariat TV News. This week we show you how Foster Pavilion hosted its first concert. I'm Lauren Holcomb.
And I'm Gracie Savage. First, we tell you more about how Baylor's implementing Saturday class once a year, and it's this weekend.
The university has implemented an asynchronous day this Saturday to make sure students get their full academic requirements. On Saturday, April 26th, Baylor students will be attending class and it will be an asynchronous day. It is required that students have 75 instructional days per semester, 70 in the classroom, and 5 final exam days. Taking into consideration all of Baylor's holidays and the day that we started the spring semester, Baylor falls just 1 day short of the required 75. We talked with some students on how they feel about this day.
I think it's a very interesting way to make sure that we get the days that we need to get to, be an accredited university, while also having the professors take it into their hands and see how they want to handle the asynchronous days.
Foster Pavilion hosted its first concert this week, and Baylor alumni Forrest Frank set the stage. LTVN's Jacob Stowers has the story.
Well, I think the Forrest Frank concert, our first at Foster Pavilion, really exceeded any expectations that we had going in. It was a sold-out show.
Foster Pavilion, with its 7,500 person capacity, is designed to feel intimate even during big performances. Their first concert hit the stage last Tuesday with Baylor alumnus Forrest Frank taking the stage after Claire Leslie opened the show.
And I think one of the unique things about Foster Pavilion is it's still an arena, but you walk in, because the way the seating is, it kind of feels like a concert hall.
Foster Pavilion wasn't just built for music. Baylor and the city of Waco see the venue as a catalyst for broader development along the Brazos River.
We're just not bringing in concerts. We want to make sure that we're bringing in A-list talent that can really serve our community well.
The first concert was especially meaningful and introduced a new generation to the university and its newest venue.
What a great opportunity to introduce them to Foster Pavilion, to Baylor, and to Forrest Frank all in one setting. It was just a special night all the way around.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Jacob Stowers.
One local ministry is spreading the love of God through skateboard and car culture. LTVN's Marissa Muniz shows you how the Middleman Ministries Community Garage is making it happen.
The Community Garage is a branch of Middleman Ministries mentorship. This 4,000 square foot garage is open to those who need space to work on a car with all tools at no price.
We have tools, we have a 2-post lift and a large air compressor along with our mentors that are here as well.
Bernard founded Middleman Ministries because he wanted to create an environment for youth to combine their love for skateboarding, cars, and the Lord. Through mechanical mentoring, youth in the community are gaining hands-on experience, but it goes deeper, as mentors also teach the value of giving back by fixing and donating cars to people in need.
Somebody might say, hey, I've got a car, I don't need it anymore, or it's broken, it doesn't run. So we say that's our bread and butter. Like, we will take that vehicle, we'll go pick it up on our trailer, we'll bring it here, we'll work on it with our mentors, we'll invest in that, and then we'll give that car away to someone in the community.
Lead mechanic and mentor Jordan Melville says seeing the impact of his teaching has been rewarding.
Learning from them, from what I know, and teaching what I know to them has been a really communal thing for me.
Students in the community have even taken advantage of what the garage has to offer.
I know a lot when it comes to cars, but it's like getting other people's viewpoints and like their experiences can teach you a little bit, which I think is really cool.
Bernard and mentors encourage everyone to come and find their community with Middleman.
The next story involves them, and I'm happy that I was able to help them with it.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Marissa Muniz.
The results of the student government elections for this upcoming school year are in. Landon Self is moving from internal vice president to student body president. He finished the race with about 59% of the votes. Filling his shoes is Ashlyn Graves with about 66% of votes for internal vice president. Mikey Condon will return for a second term as external vice president. 36 Senate members were also elected, and the amendments for the student body constitution were passed.
I am so excited because we have 2 returners this year. Landon and myself are both returning as student body officers, which is something you don't typically get to see. So getting 2 people with a year of experience as student body officers is honestly like a golden ticket, I think, personally.
With the new student government body officially elected, there's one member whose impact is not done yet. Now I sat down with 2024 through 25 student body president Lily Davis to reflect on her time in the limelight. After 4 years serving on student government, from senator to external vice president and finally student body president, senior Lily Davis's time is coming to a close.
I look at student government and leadership as a vocation and a way to serve and love people well. And so for me, it makes a lot of sense, actually, I get to, I think, reflect the love of Christ by serving them well and by leading a group of people with humility, grace, and compassion.
Davis and her team have worked on lots of big projects, most recently securing an influx of funding for the campus food pantry. Through it all, Davis said most of her fulfillment comes from the hours put in that nobody sees.
Kind of the beauty of leadership is a lot of it is behind the scenes and a lot of it goes unseen. And so it's just beautiful to see every step of the way. It's gotten us here to this point where we can help all of our students.
Not only has she made lasting change for the university, she's made lasting change on the lives of those who had a front row seat to her journey.
Well, Lily Davis is truly been probably the biggest mentor I've had here at Baylor. Came in as a freshman senator, and truly, like, Lily is just such a light, and you know that immediately when you enter the room. Truly, she's someone that wants to pour into every individual that walks into her life, and it's so special to watch.
Lucky for Baylor, her work is not done yet. In just a few weeks, Davis is graduating as the permanent class president for the class of 2025 and extremely excited for the new leadership to come.
Legacy should never be about yourself. It should never be tied to Lily Davis as an individual, but should be something that is collective and communal. And so I think the legacy that I hope to leave and I hope my team has left is one where we get to empower and equip student government to be problem solvers and innovators on campus.
Lily says she could not have done any of this without the people that empowered and poured into her along the way. I think I speak for everyone here at Baylor when I say thank you, Lily, for all that you've done for us. For Lariat TV News, I'm Lauren Holcomb. Coming up, we feature a guest speaker at the Alexander Hamilton Society.
And show you how Baylor is hosting free self-defense classes next.
I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this.
Many students may not know, but there is a quiet but powerful effect that is working to preserve Black gospel music. LTVN's Maren Small has the story.
Through the Black gospel music preservation, Baylor is working to collect digitized and shared genres that once was at risk of vanishing. With support from granting funds, the initiative has saved thousands of rare recordings.
Well, it needs to be heard, not just stored, because the music captures the story of African American heritage, and the kingdom of God, what God is doing with all of humanity.
The project is guided by both artistic vision and digital expertise. Dr. Newby alongside Daryl Stewart from Baylor's Digital Preservation Services, bringing together theological insights and archival innovation to ensure this music is accessible to researchers, musicians, and everyday listeners.
It shows the power in our American history. What does it mean to practice redemption, reconciliation, restoration, revival, and to realize that all of our humanity flourishes. There is a redeeming quality in this music that we call Black gospel music.
For Newby, the project serves as a bridge between academic study and lived faith. He believes African Americans have shaped the world through the power of gospel and encourages others to engage with this music.
There's a passage of Christian scripture found in the Gospel of John where it says, "For God so loved the world." So where academic rigor meets ministry and where ministry meets the people. And this particular music is the language of the people, the lingua franca of African Americans, how they've been striving, how they flourish, and how they want to make a difference in the world.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Maren Small.
That we can leave.
Baylor students are taking action to protect the planet, not just on Earth Day, but all week long. LTVN's Irma Pena has the details.
April is a month where we celebrate Earth, and the Baylor Students for Environmental and Wildlife Protection, or SOUP, are taking action to honor it.
We do river cleanups every Friday at 3 p.m. What we do is that we have little claw grabbers and fish nets, and we go to the little creek behind the BSB and we collect all the trash that we possibly can just to try to make a difference on our campus that students can see daily walking to class.
SOUP members have built a strong community with their shared passion for the environment, but they're always welcoming new students to be part of the mission.
We're here and we do events all the time. It's so fun. It's such a great time. It makes things like river cleanups, the kind of mundane things you would think of, so much fun.
While Earth Day is just one day, they hope their efforts promote sustainable habits across campus.
We have such a beautiful campus. Why not keep it clean? Make sure that you throw away your trash when you're supposed to. And even if it's not your trash, take a step up. Nobody's gonna judge you for it.
They'll continue hosting Earth Week activities leading up to their most popular event, a clothing swap happening on Tuesday. For Lariat TV News, I'm Irma Pena.
The Office of Equity, Civil Rights and Title IX hosted a free self-defense class that helps students learn how to defend themselves in threatening situations. The training included hands-on instruction in practical self-defense techniques, including the ready stance, ground strikes, and the two-hand breakaway led by trained instructors.
Be aware of your surroundings, and if anything were to come your way, to know how to react and know how to defend yourself.
For more resources and upcoming events, visit the Baylor Title IX website.
The Alexander Hamilton Society had a special guest come to their event this past Thursday. LTVN's Gracie Savage has a behind-the-scenes look.
The Alexander Hamilton Society partnered with the Veterans of Baylor for their final event of the year, where they brought in a guest speaker, Matthew Gill. Matthew Gill is a U.S. Army intelligence colonel who is currently stationed on the southern border. He gave the members the latest on the situation at the U.S. southern border.
And give a presentation to Baylor students explaining what's happening on the southern border, how the U.S. military is combating the flow of fentanyl into the country, and cartels who are distributing fentanyl into the country, illegal immigration crackdowns. So he gave a very informative and entertaining presentation.
Members came with questions surrounding the issues on the border and what exactly Gill's job is. The group had a live discussion where they got all their questions answered and more.
A lot of questions came from students who are curious about how fentanyl even gets into our country in the first place.
The Alexander Hamilton Society hosts many more events like this one all throughout the year. Even though this was their last one, they have an exciting lineup of guest speakers for next year.
Here's what you can expect from next year from the Alexander Hamilton Society. We're going to host more events focused on current events, foreign affairs. We want students to be informed on what's happening in our country and around the world.
If you are interested in joining the Alexander Hamilton Society, you can find out more information about them on Instagram at Baylor AHS. For Lariat TV News, I'm Gracie Savage.
Mission Waco, in partnership with Alpha Tau Omega, is hosting its annual race, One 5K, this Saturday at Jubilee Park. The event kicks off at 8 a.m. with a chip time 5K run, followed by a 1-mile fun run at 9 a.m. Each registered participant will receive a ballot to vote for the program they want to support, directing $15 of their registration fee to that initiative. The event will also raise funds for Mission Waco's local outreach programs.
It's a fun way that we can support children's programs, the shelter, our social services, our internship program. So that's kind of the first purpose, is to help raise funds for our programs. But that second purpose is to really bring the community together.
In sports, we preview baseball series with TCU.
And football had their last week of spring practice before Baylor Blitz. Stay tuned.
Let there be light.
Let there be roommates and teammates and strangers who become family. Let there be marching and cheering. Let there be challenging courses and time to share. Scholarship and championships. Let there be groundbreaking and soul-searching. Let there be laughter. Let there be joy. Let there be light.
Riding a 3-game win streak, baseball takes on Big 12 rival number 23 TCU in Fort Worth this weekend. Coming off a 9-1 win over Houston Christian Tuesday night, Baylor is chasing a second straight Big 12 series win after taking down Utah 2-1 last weekend. TCU is 29-12 overall and 12-6 in Big 12 play. The Horned Frogs have lost 3 of their last 4 and are looking to improve their standings in the conference. The programs met in Waco last season and the Horned Frogs swept the Bears in a 3-game series.
They're a good squad, and we're just going to try and play the game and not play the opponent and do our thing. It was good to get a series win last weekend, have that under the belt, and bring some momentum into this weekend. So it's always fun and exciting playing them.
First pitch is 6 p.m. Friday at Lupton Stadium with games 2 and 3 on Saturday and Sunday. Football spring season comes to an end this weekend with an open practice at McLean Stadium where fans will get their glimpse at the newest defensive playmakers.
Ahead of Baylor football's final spring practice, members of the defensive staff are proud of the team's development so far.
We've gone live more than we have any other spring here to kind of treat this game like it's possible. And that's been able to kind of tell us, who's good at what, where we need to improve, what's our focal point moving forward. But all in all, yeah, it's been a great spring.
The Bears' defense ranked towards the bottom of the Big 12 in many major categories and are using negative social media reactions as fuel to improve for next year.
I most definitely use it as motivations. Like I said, we hear and we see all the comments that's been made about us. So, we all use it as fuel. We use it as motivation, and we're just trying to come out here and compete and be the best we can be.
The new look linebacking core will be led by all Big 12 first-teamer Keaton Thomas, who led the team last year with 114 tackles.
I think the focus this spring has been phenomenal. Even the new guys that have come in, the young bucks, I think everybody's came in with the right intent and to focus. Everybody's here to be a Baylor Bear for the right reasons and not for, what a lot of people are right now was NIL, and I'm very appreciative of that. And so I feel I can't lack because I don't want to let them down.
Saturday's practice starts at 11:45 and gates to McLean Stadium open at 10:30. For Lariat TV News, I'm Braden Murray.
Number 1 Acro and Tumbling took their first step towards a 10th straight NCAA championship, beating number 8 Limestone by 32.9 points in the quarterfinal. The Bears dominated the meet, earning perfect scores in the inversion pyramid and 5-element acro heats. The only heat Baylor lost was the aerial pass, with the Limestone marking a 9.725 to the Bears' 9.6. Coach Moki and the Bears earned a spot in the semifinal, which is scheduled for Friday at 7 p.m.
This is the pinnacle of everything that we've been working towards. And Coach V, at the beginning of every season since, with a program that's had such success, she always says to us, this team hasn't won anything yet. So it's really exciting to get to this point where we've turned the corner with this team and are just looking towards bringing home another championship.
Tuesday night softball defeated Texas State and Shaylin Govan made Baylor history. Claire Marie Scott has the story.
Tuesday night, Baylor softball added another win to their tally as they took down Texas State 6-0. The Bears scored 3 runs in the first, thanks in part to Carrington Dawson's RBI triple and Abby Flores' RBI single. Early in the game, senior infielder Shaylin Govan made history as she set a new Baylor all-time record for the most walks, 134.
Unbelievable character and student. She's an ambassador for Baylor outside of sports, and she certainly is inside of sports as well. But she's a full package. I mean, she's just everything you would want in a student athlete to represent your program or your school.
The bottom of the second brought 3 additional runs home for Baylor. Faith Piper tripled and Presley Pylon hit a double that brought her home.
It's definitely big for us, a team full of seniors, so we definitely want to finish strong on that suit. And then we just want to give the underclassmen, a little experience in that environment. So we're trying to do it for the whole team here.
This weekend, BYU is coming to Waco. The Cougars are sitting at 4th in the Big 12, and the team has their eyes set on a victory, which could help their chances for postseason play.
Play within ourselves, play Baylor softball, and just continue what we've been doing. And all of our training and hard work is going to show through. BYU is a good team, so we definitely have to continue to play how we are. But I think we'll have, enough confidence and everything to go in and play good ball.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Claire Marie Scott.
That wraps up sports for this week. Make sure to follow the Baylor Lariat on all socials for up-to-date coverage of Baylor athletics. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Aiden. That'll do it for us this week for Lariat TV News. As always, we're glad you joined us. Make sure you tune in for our final newscast of the semester next week.
We'll show you our favorite stories from throughout the year and bring you the news you need to know. Until then, have a great week, and as always, sic 'em Bears.